Alright, alright, hey, welcome. This is Xenodanger Evil. I'm continuing uh, a series that I started a very long time ago with sniffles and bad audio and a different concept. So, what I want to do is show you how to be a little bit more safe on the internet. People have asked about this. There's a few things you can do. I have a video on YouTube about how I set up the Firefox browser. And that's the first thing I usually do when I have a new computer, and then I do some other stuff. They can be done in sequence, but also like I wanted to make all of these videos fairly standalone, so that you don't have to follow every single thing that I do. You can pick and choose, and they're all they don't depend on one another. Um, so originally, the first video I put up included this. I didn't like how I did it, and I didn't like the end result. But this is a way to make your computer block a lot of URLs, and that's not just your web browser. When we set up the web browser, we put up the HTTPS everywhere, Privacy Badger, Ghost Free, and NoScript. That's just for the browser. Your computer has a lot of programs that all do other things as well. And what I'm going to do today is stop every single program on your computer from accessing URLs that may be acting in not your best interest or actively trying to hurt you. So what that is changing your host's file. Um, First of all, uh, basically what this is going to do is say you have like, evilurl.com, whatever. That URL can be embedded in a lot of different things as you navigate through the internet. And you don't necessarily have to go to that in your URL bar here to have your computer hit it. I don't want to get too in the weeds about exactly what this is, but if you say don't like Facebook or you don't like Twitter or whatever, and you just don't want your computer even um, recognizing them on the internet, you can do this. So this is changing a host file. The first thing you want to do is open Notepad as administrator. Um, what sucks is that my Windows OS just updated. Normally, here's what I'd do. I'd click on the Windows key down there and type in Notepad. That may work for you. If you type in Notepad and then a little screen comes up with Notepad, that's great. Don't click on it yet. I want to show you something. You have to run it as the administrator of your computer. So what I had to do was actually go up here, click on this PC, and then search for notepad.exe, which is dumb, and I don't know why it needs me to do that. But what we're going to do is right click on that. No, we're not. Why did this change? Why did this fucking change? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Alright, I'm going to search for notepad.exe. Oh, bam. There we go. It's under C/Windows. That's fine. What we want it is in a window like this so that we can actually right click on it and do run as administrator. You have to do that because you're going to be changing a file that Windows is it considers very protected, and so don't mess around with this. Um, it can make your computer not access stuff that you may want to, so you have to be very careful about this. So we're going to run as administrator. Now, it looks like it's the same old notepad. That's fine. It is same old notepad, but now I'm running as the computer administrator, and we want to open a file. See if I can remember this off the top of my head. So it's going to be, yes, this PC. Generally, your root drive is going to be C. So you can go there, you can go Windows. System 32. Go look for, is it drivers? I think it's drivers. Oof, am I right? And then etc. And now it's looking for text documents, but the file you're looking for is not going to have a .txt um, extension, so it will not show up. What you need to do is all files. And look, you have hosts. What you're going to want to do is open the host file. I have a couple here just because I've made some changes to things. I kind of wonder why this list is a calendar file. That's weird. But you're going to want to open hosts. Open. Now, I've already done this on my machine, so like, I don't know, ignore all that. Most host files are going to look like this. It's very simple. It's not really doing anything. What we're going to do when your computer goes out on the internet and looks for a URL, it checks this first. So if it's going to look at, malware.com, instead of going out to the internet and actually checking malware.com and then sending you a virus, you can be like, what is that? 127.0.0.1 malware.com, and now instead of checking the internet, your computer is going to look at this and look at this. This IP address is safe. That's your own computer. Your own computer will not be sending you malware. So that's kind of what we do in this file is put in a bunch of URLs and then just tell those URLs to go to our own computer. Or there's a couple other IP addresses that are safe as well. So now, what URLs are you supposed to put in here? Are you supposed to type in bad URL 1, bad URL 2 by yourself? No. There's people that maintain lists for you. The best one that I've found is Dan Pollock's homepage. It is this. It is someonewhocares.org. So you can go there. He has a couple tools. My main thing is go over here to hosts. And this is his file. He updates it very regularly. It's pretty long. And this is all just basically just bad actors on the internet. It's nothing specific. You can use these and you won't get, shock porn or like just the worst actors on the internet. But this isn't what we want to do. We want to go over here to text file because we don't want any markup. We're going to copy this. So now this is a text file. There's no markup. There's no anything. This is just going to go straight into our host file, all of this. So you can click Control A to select everything, Control C to copy, and then what we're going to do, I should have updated this anyway, so I'm going to delete. Okay, so now my host file is empty too. So I'm doing this along with you. We're going to Control V, and now it's all in there. This is a lot. This is a lot of URLs. I'm paging up, so this is pages and pages and pages. If you do nothing else, this is pretty good. Hit Control S to save, and now your computer will not even be able to reach these URLs. And that's important because your computer is more than just a browser. There are other programs that will be able to go out there and reach the internet that aren't just the browser. So this locks down more of your whole computer. Now, there's more you can do with this, and the more I like to do. And this is block lists for corporations. So these are old, but they're pretty useful. So it's github.com, JMDUGAN /block lists /tree /master/corporations. So I don't like Facebook. So, and I also generally don't like Twitter. If you like those, that's totally fine. If you use them daily, then obviously don't do this because your computer will not be able to go there. Similarly, if you don't like Amazon, these are all just lists of URLs that you can add in to make sure. And there's a bunch of different lists. I choose all because all Facebook is terrible. And then you can come in here, click in this window, and same thing. You can Control A, and that selects all of it. And then Control C, and then you can go back to your notepad, and I'm going to go down to the bottom after the someone who cares thing, and I'm just going to paste that in. Oof. Whoops. Footer. Oh. Yeah, like I said, the 127.0.0.1 is a safe one also. Oof. Come on. Also the 0.0.0.0 also goes nowhere. Yeah, so you're going to want to make sure that each line in here is one of these. I don't know why that Control A and copy got those other things. So yeah, I don't know, you saw what I did. The Control A and copy and then paste. There's a couple lines on the top and the bottom that you want to delete as well. So I did Facebook. That's pretty simple. So you want to hit Control S. So host.notepad or host in Notepad is saved. And now, what I didn't like about the last time I did this was I put in a URL that if you hadn't followed my instructions probably would have given you a very bad time. So let's try to go to facebook.com and see if that even worked. So facebook.com. Oh, look. I can't even go there. The website doesn't even know it works. So this is important. I'll have another video on an email client because while these Privacy Badger and HTTPS Everywhere, Ghostery, those are all very good for the majority of things you do on the internet. They're not the only things that you do on the internet. So if you don't lock down your email client, these won't work. The host text file, this will work for every program on your computer. So if my email client opens up a web page with an evil URL, it won't be able to see them either. So this is, again, I'm kind of doing these in what I would do chronologically, but you don't have to. You don't have to do this. The tutorial that I did with the Firefox browser will work just fine without it. And I'm going to have a VPN tutorial and then an email client tutorial. I'm going to do a Google account lockdown tutorial and some pretty good privacy email encryption, which actually is a lot easier than you might think. So I hope this is helpful. This is a tool that not a whole lot of people use. Hope you do use it. It is helpful to go back to these websites, the someonewhocares.org. He updates this pretty regularly. So if you do this, like, I don't know, I do it maybe once every 6 months. There are ways to automate it, but I think that's beyond the scope of what we're doing here. So if you just do it every 6 months, maybe, is great. Also, if you do it once and just leave it at that, that's going to be better than, this will be like 85% better than not doing it. So hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, xenodangerevil@gmail.com. Yeah, I won't necessarily answer them.